Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with round 8 of the F223 Ollie Bearman career mode. Yes, we're back this weekend here at the Styrian Mountains for the Austrian Grand Prix, of course. If you missed out on the videos that went live last weekend from Barcelona, I would highly recommend going back and checking them out. P4 in the championship at the moment as we cross the halfway stage of the campaign. They're 16 points back behind Brad Benavides, who still leads the way. But yeah, Austria, this track often suits my driving style in F123. It feels like it's been a long time though since I've raced here in a Formula 2 car. Can we get a good weekend under our belt? We need to be trading victories and things like that, and of course all of that starts in qualifying. We need to end up inside the top 10. Well, there we are then, qualifying day for the Formula 2 racing weekend. Yeah, here in Austria, of course, often we see quite a lot of changeable conditions, and this weekend seems to be no different. The feature race on Sunday is meant to be all nice and dry. But yeah, the sprint race today is looking like we could see some potential changeable conditions. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get on. And of course, yeah, we know just how important qualifying is in these cars. We need to start inside the top 10. Otherwise, we've got a huge amount of work to do both on Saturday and Sunday here. Down in towards turn 1. Trying to break the 100-meter board there. A little bit wide over the sausage curb. But again, we'll live to fight another day. As well, everyone, you can instantly see, of course, the margins this season have been so tight. And Austria, I expect to be the exact same. Just trying to make sure we get a straight line run over the top of the hill. There is, again, looks like both MP Motorsport cars trying to trade the fastest times. Hauger and Gian Darula, of course, took that front row lockout at Imola. Easily our best weekend so far of the season by virtue of the big strategy gamble that we made. But yeah, Hauger at the moment, though, absolutely flying as we make our way towards the end of the second sector. Need to keep it clean and tidy, but we are throwing away time at the moment, 6 tenths back behind the Norwegian. So as we make our way into this final sector, only a couple more corners to try and make back up some time. Yeah, this has been a really, really disappointing run up to this point. Can we try and recover just a little bit so we make our way out of the final corner? All over the curbing we go out of the final turn and up towards the line. It's P21 on the grid here. Once again, we have had a nightmare in qualifying. Well, there we go. And then Dennis Hauger lines up on pole position for Sunday's GP. Both MP Motorsport cars getting inside the top 3 there. But yeah, half a second away. And that leaves us on the back row of the grid there, only quicker than Roman Stanek. Once again, we've got another weekend where we have a lot of work to do. But, as we said, changeable conditions today, hopefully, will give us an opportunity to spring a surprise.
It's race day here at Spielberg, and the drivers are making their final preparations down on the grid before lights out. Look around, it's a spectacular setting, and I'm sure today's race will do it justice. Spielberg is a short lap, just 10 corners, 7 rights and 3 lefts, making up a total distance of 2.6 miles. Now, the wet conditions today are going to make the cars a bit skittish, especially through those downhill sections. Watch out for the cars running wide, especially through that last corner. I'm joined by a man who's had many a wet race, Davide Valsecchi. Just how challenging will these conditions be out there on track?
Delighted to be here, Alex. Even in this weather, nothing will be easy for them. We may have standing water, which means visibility will be a worry. They just need to stay clear of the white lines and curbs. That can cause you a real problem when it's so slippery.
Well, we are in for a very, very interesting sprint race then today. Heavy rain, but it is meant to taper off as the sprint continues there. Now, in terms of tyre life, though, surely this is going to be a no-stop strategy then. Obviously, never have to pit in a sprint race anyway, but even less reason to today. But will that mean there's a huge offset towards the end of the afternoon? 5 red lights here in Spielberg. And it's going to be lights out, and away we go there from the back of the field. Poor Chair course, yeah, didn't even notice that he dropped way down the order by the end of qualifying there, as we're going to be 3-4 wide in towards the first turn, trying to find an avenue around the outside of as many cars as we possibly can. They're still 3 wide in front, but look at this. Straight up into P16 we go there, and now we'll try and wiggle our way to the outside of Argemini there as we make our way at the first couple of turns there. That was pretty much the perfect start I think we could have hoped for sensibly. That's not, though, as we will just about get it slowed down then up at turn 3 there, side by side with Enzo Fittipaldi, but clearly we are confident of the start in these changeable conditions there. I thought we were going to slide straight to the side of someone at the top of the hill, but apparently not. Still got Fittipaldi trying to look back around the outside as the confidence starts to build for the AI there, but whoa, cold tyres. That is a big moment. We're still going for it as we try and make our way down the hill. Back end really trying to fight me on that one, and we were lucky that it didn't overtake the front, but up 11 places then on, sorry, 9 places even on this opening lap here in Austria. That has been a fantastic way to start the GP, but yeah, if we want to try and get these tyres right the way through to the end of the afternoon, we are going to have to start looking after them there, because yeah, going for big 11s all around the lap is not going to be the way to go today. Juan Manuel Correa, though, leads the way at the end of a very, very soggy lap 1. I'm trying to think back to the last time we had a wet race in this series, and I believe it was both events in Azerbaijan, where again we had a bit of a nightmare to the outside though of Jack Doohan. Clearly in that traction zone, the AI very, very much struggling to find the pace and the confidence as we make our way down the hill in towards this final sector. Come on, can we get back around the outside of him? The UNI Virtuosi, sorry, Invicta Virtuosi, isn't it? Now, oh, that's not the line we needed. Dip the rear wheel in the gravel. Jack Doohan will say thank you very much. We'll also get shouldered out by Fittipaldi once again. The Brazilian really getting his elbows out early on in this GP. I'm still there though. Please give me some room, as we'll get again all over the curbing. Down in towards the final couple of turns we go. Yeah, that road in Carlin as well is getting feisty early on in the day. This is what we like though in FIA Formula 2. The AI not afraid to go for some aggressive moves, as Clement Novalak now new fastest lap of the day. We'll get to the inside though of Fittipaldi as we head back down in towards turn 1. Just trying to brake later than the Brazilian. Big slide again through turn 1, but we will hang on. Slightly concerned about the tyre wear, because we're already up to 15%. Or maybe just now starting to settle into a rhythm as we start lap 4. Desperately trying to make sure that we're keeping the rear wheels in check. Trying to avoid the wheel spin as best as we can, because we know if we're good with it, if we're measured, we might be able to get these tyres to the end of the race today. Jack Doohan, though, up the hill. Can we have a look down the inside once again? Very, very careful not to run into the back of a Wassa, but yeah, always able to get the traction up the hill there on the Dams car. I think, yeah, Fred Vesti, though, our teammate, battling it up in the podium places early on, as Owassa's going to go defensive. Can we get it slowed down around the outside? Not quite, maybe just about able to keep the car there. Owassa a bit of a wobble. We get a bit of a wobble as well. Still not quite confident enough to go full throttle as we make our way down the hill again. Another wash of understeer. But we are now up into the points then of the sprint. I don't really want to leave anything to chance in the early stages of this event, so still just trying to close in on Richard Verschoor in front of me. Every possibility. Yeah, every possibility that the AI suddenly decide they're also going to no-stop, so I don't want to get complacent in thinking we might have a far superior strategy. Yeah, tyre wear though, we are chewing through them still. They're not going to be fun towards the end of this. But it always throws an extra element of strategy into Formula 2 when it is raining, because of course we don't have the intermediate tyres. So you're kind of either forced onto the full wets or the dries. Are we going to see cars pitting? Yes, we are. Richard Verschoor into the pit lane as well as a handful of others. So Fred Vesti in as well. This does really open up a late race strategy for us though, as it looks like only Hauger, I think ourselves and maybe Correa? Yeah, Juan Manuel Correa, for whatever reason, still out there. So he's trying to go long, maybe believes that the cold tyres aren't going to be worth the undercut. But yeah, we've got to really nurse this rubber. We want to try and spring a surprise today if we want to win this thing. And I guess, yep, we're probably going to see Correa into the pit lane. Dennis Hauger definitely is. So now we've got 6 laps to go of this event. And soon we'll get an idea of what the gap is to the cars at a pit. How many seconds a lap we can afford to lose and still be in this fight. It is a big old gamble here in the Styrian Mountains, but we haven't really got a lot to lose, have we? Okay, well, looks like Victor Martins might have gained quite a lot under that shuffle, but it is still Juan Manuel Correa in second place then. The gap 20 seconds, pretty much exactly. Surely we can't lose more than 3 seconds a lap. Oh, there we go. Martins sets the benchmark. Fred Vesti, though, goes even quicker. So AI already down into the 25s. But I tell you what, we're still setting PBs at the moment. With the track drying out, this is not harming our tyres as much as I think the AI were expecting. So I guess the only thing that would really potentially do us some damage is if a safety car came out in the last couple of laps here. Even if it was just a 1-lap safety car. We can't really afford to pit now because we get undercut horrendously as Correa now almost into the 124s. But yeah, track is drying out rather rapidly. Don't think we'll see a switch to dries though, as now the tyre wear warning light comes on. I believe in the Formula 2 cars we can get a puncture any time now. Well, I don't believe now we can get a safety car 3 laps to go of this GP. Normally the game likes to give you 2 laps of green flag running to end the GP, so whatever happens now is all down to whether Correa can close the gap or if we get a puncture. Well, with my track record on F123, I can't help but feel that something at some point is going to turn this race around once more from the back of the field. P21, we are leading this thing with 2 laps to go, but you can see the tyres sliding around. And the problem is, the more they slide around, the worse the wear gets, and therefore the more they slide around. It's just a compounding problem late in the day. Well, we have really tried to focus on nursing these tyres, especially in the second half of this race, but 1 more lap to go. They're locking at the front quite drastically in a few places. Almost up to 80% on the rears. And we know full well if we get a puncture, we are in big, big trouble. The tyre on the monitor is showing up as dark red now. Oh boy, we've just got to keep it calm on this final lap. We can't afford to make any mistakes, anything like that. We've still got 14 seconds over Juan Manuel Correa, but we know that's not quite how the tyre wear works on this game. It will just go randomly. Just look at that big moment. Whoa, at the top of the hill. Don't throw it away now, come on. Put it on a show for the fans. Let's try and claim it's that on this final lap of the Austrian GP sprint race here. The rain has slowly abated by the end of this. Of course, it's going to open up strategy tomorrow as well for all of our drivers, but you can see the amount of opposite lock we're having to put in on this final lap here. The rear tyres are basically gone. The rear axle is just all over the show as we try and tip it in still. We've got 12 seconds over Correa with 1 more sector to go. Surely, as long as we don't get a puncture now, this should be safe and in the bag there. And no, it's still not safe right until the end. Oh, we have had a puncture. The tyre's gone. No, we've got to try and limp round to the final few corners of the GP then. This has been a drive to the tyres explode challenge. The rear left has gone. We've got 8 seconds, but that gap to Correa is coming down. 1 more corner to go of the Austrian GP sprint race. Will it be myself? Will it be the Van Amersfoort car? Is that at the final corner? Match the foot to the line. We hang on.
Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserve that race win. Well done, mate.
Great effort there from Kramer to take the victory today. So, Davide, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I'm not sure what we just saw, but one thing's for sure. Today's winner has certainly showed they have no fear battling it out on the track. And who can blame them? I don't think I've ever seen someone through the competition so quickly. Today's race was a sight to behold, and judging from the crowd's reaction, it went down well with the fans as well.
It looks like it's time for the victory ceremony once again as I can see the drivers beginning to make their way out for the celebrations. You can see it on their faces. It's another marvellous team win for Prema today. After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a good result for Brad Benavides, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
Lots of drivers impressed me today, Alex. But if I have to say one that impressed me most, it's Ollie Bearman.
On to the teams then. ART have extended their lead over the championship. Meanwhile, Prema have improved their position. A strong weekend for them as they fight their way to the top. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Well, there we are then, the end of the sprint race here from Spielberg, and look at that, from 21st on the grid, a no-stop strategy that almost cost us at the checkered flag there, but we do beat Juan Manuel Correa by 3 seconds in the end, and that is going to be a fantastic way to start the weekend there. Victor Martins in P3 ahead of Vesti Novalak, Brad Benavides and Dennis Hauger there. Really good recovery drive by him from 10th on the grid to beat out Cordeal, who got the final point there. Championship-wise, though, it bumps us back up into P2. 9 points now back behind Brad Benavides there, but I think Cordeal and Fittipaldi might both get the jump on us as we move into the main event tomorrow. Constructors-wise, well, finally Fred Vesti starting to pull his finger out, so we jump Rodin, Carlin and PHM there, but still, yeah, a long way back from our top runners. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we will be back tomorrow then when Formula 2 returns ready for the feature race. You guys do not want to miss that. A massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters for their continued donations to help my work. These things go much further than I think a lot of you ever realise and allow me to continue making content full-time here on YouTube. So if you want to support me from as little as £1 a month and be featured on all of these end clips, either click the join button next to the subscribe or head over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description.